right, 9:34 here at WRM at AM 1410, and we are back on YouTube. And a little bit of a rough stretch this week on YouTube, but we're battling the internet demons that plague us here in society, and we're trying to conquer. At the moment, we've conquered, and we are on the air, and it's time for the Senior Community Spotlight Show and Music Memories here on a Friday. We're going to kick back and listen to some tunes in the 10 o'clock hour. To lead us through all of that, it's our friend Steve Thoren. Good afternoon. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, Mark.
Something like that, yeah. Feels like afternoon to me already. Been here for a while.
I know. I've been up since 5 myself. Well, hi, everybody, and happy Friday. I hope everyone had a good week out there. A little indifferent. This week was definitely the beginning of winter, Marky B.
Yeah, yesterday it hit.
My goodness, that snow was, we're so used to the temperatures, and that when that first snow and that chill hits, especially if you're out walking, like if you have a dog, like with me, walking in it.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you, I felt it. I thought, what on earth? Why didn't I put a scarf on? And of course, the first time, where's my gloves? Getting everything out, a stocking cap instead of a hat, instead of a cap,
right?
A ball cap. So it's the winter materials are coming out, sweater weather.
And the body takes a minute to change. I mean, when it's 35 in January on a sunny day, it'll feel nice to us. But when it hits for the first time in November, after it's been so mild and nice for so long, the body, it feels so cold to the body.
It sure does.
That's for sure.
Well, November 22nd, my mother would have been 96 years old today. So it's kind of an indifferent memory for me. When JFK was shot, I was at Washington School.
Yes.
I heard someone else mention the TV set with the rabbit ears.
Right.
I'll tell you what I remember mostly about that was they came in and told us in the classroom. But then, a week later, the entire school body went into the center hall room. You went into that school, and the classrooms kind of went all the way around the edge of the building. So they all had windows. And then the center was a great big open area. And they put a TV set on a stand, and the TV set was an old black and white tube with rabbit ears on the top. And I still remember the rabbit ears had tinfoil hanging off of them.
Yes.
And the entire school watched. It was a little fuzzy, but the picture was clear enough. We watched the funeral procession for JFK. And, I was only in third grade, but
yeah.
And I would have been with Charlie Kaiser, and probably sitting by him, but it was very moving. On the day of the assassination, however, what I really remember was my mother was going to have a big birthday party that night, and it got canceled. And
No.
So, she was getting ready for a bunch of guests and all this stuff and everything, and then no party.
Would have been her 35th birthday.
Correct.
Yes.
Sounds right to me.
Yeah.
I guess. So she was born in 1928.
Yes, sir.
And times move on, but definitely a memory. So, that was what I always remembered the date of his passing because I remember my mom's birthday. It sounds odd, but
right.
I just associate dates with other dates.
Yep.
So there was it, but the rabbit ears and the TV set, and it was probably, I can still remember that stand. The stand was about 3 feet wide and 2.5 feet wide and fairly tall, and then the TV set was on the top. So you really couldn't if you're sitting way in the back, the kids,
right?
But they had it turned up. We had to be quiet, and it was a memory situation, just like 9/11. I remember watching that on a black and white TV in an office up in Mundelein.
It was on a black and white TV you were watching, even though it was 2001?
It just, because it wasn't a place that normally would have had a TV. It just seemed like it. I don't remember it being color. I just remember it being a small TV in the corner with the rabbit ears on it. But we watched it.
Yeah, well, it's funny when you talk about 1963 and the things that teachers or whoever was responsible for setting that television up had to go through just to show you something that was going on in the world. I mean, it's been 61 years, so it's been a long time. But just think of how easy it is now. Anybody could pull out their phones and watch the same thing that it took a black and white TV set rolled out in a cart with some tin foil on some rabbit ears to show the kids at the school. You know?
Yeah. Young people today couldn't imagine that.
Yeah.
They can't grasp it. It doesn't sound real to them. It sounds like a story that when we heard things of Lincoln walking 10 miles to go to school, that
right.
type of thing. I mean, it's like, how could that be? Well, let's move on with the show. We don't have too much time for our first program. And I'm joined here with our wonderful producer and the host of the morning show here on WRMN, Trustee Marky B. And, of course, I imagine, speaking of trusteeship, you will be starting your campaigning and marketing, once into the new year.
Yeah. It's an interesting time, and same with you, for city council. When you have the big election in November that everybody's been looking forward to for so long and gearing up for, I'm not sure if they're looking forward to it, but gearing up for it. And then we have the spring election. It's different because you go through the holiday season. People have just gotten past the whole presidential campaign. So getting back out there and getting people ready for another election in the spring is a little bit of a challenge. It's challenging because to get people out to vote in the spring after a presidential November election,
let alone this election. I just wonder how much that will affect people wanting to get out. It's notably always very low attendance.
Right.
And I wonder if it'll even be lower or the same or greater after what's happened. I know there's a lot of push that has to be done, and both parties are going to be doing it. So,
yep.
Well, let's move on from that. We got plenty of time to talk about that after the new year. Mark, I always start each week's show with a dedication, most often a memorial, sometimes to a living person or persons, or even a place or an event. Well, my individual dedication this week is in a little different way, and I've done this a number of years, but it's always kind of fun. And being that next Thursday is Thanksgiving, and it's the time when so many people share good times and love with others, I thought I'd share some Thanksgiving history with all of you. Supposedly, it all began in 1621 when the Plymouth colony shared a feast with native Indians. It was a time moved on, and then in 1789, President George Washington issued the first Thanksgiving proclamation by the national government of the United States. He called upon Americans to express their gratitude for the happy conclusion of the War of Independence. His successors, John Adams and James Madison, also designated days of thanks during their presidencies. In 1827, the noted magazine editor and prolific writer Sarah Joseph Hale, author among countless other things of the nursery rhyme Mary Had a Little Lamb, launched a campaign to establish Thanksgiving as a national holiday. For 36 years, she published numerous editorials and sent scores of letters to senators, governors, presidents, and more. Finally, in 1863, Abraham Lincoln, in the midst of the Civil War, proclaimed a national Thanksgiving Day to be held the final Thursday in November. It was celebrated every year on that day until 1939, when then President Franklin D. Roosevelt moved the holiday up a week in an attempt to spur retail sales during the Great Depression. It was met with much opposition, and in 1941, he reluctantly signed a bill making the fourth Thursday in November the national holiday. Even though it has been celebrated on that day ever since, the celebration has lost much of its original religious significance. Instead, it now centers on cooking and sharing a bountiful meal with family and friends. Turkey is the traditional meal, and over 90% of all Americans eat the bird. Other traditional foods are ham, sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes with gravy, stuffing, cranberries, and, of course, pumpkin pie, Marky B's favorite.
Yes.
Volunteering on the day, as well as food drives and free dinners for the less fortunate, have also become very common. Parades, especially the Macy's Parade from New York City, has taken place since 1924. And in recent times, the President of the United States has customarily pardoned a turkey each year. And finally, there's the family television set taken over by the men watching football. So there's the history of Thanksgiving. But one thing was missing. It's a day and a time when we all think about life and give thanks for who we are and why. And we reflect on the good memories of the past. Thanksgiving celebrations when our families were young and the fun times spent together. And the good feeling you get by spreading good cheer and wishing others a happy Thanksgiving. So I'll say it here and again at the end of the show. Whether you are alone or with many, you are thought about and loved, and never forget your memories. I wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Mark.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you, Steve.
And to all you listeners out there. Well, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
We're going to be flying Thanksgiving morning to Denver and driving down to Colorado Springs to spend a little time in God's country, really. Colorado's such a beautiful place.
Wow.
So we're going to do a lot of hiking, go to Pikes Peak, and possibly catch up with the former police chief.
Sounds good.
Our buddy Jeff Swoboda.
I know he's staying home for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
He'll be back here at Christmas time. And he sent me a picture this morning already from his of the sunrise coming up over the horizon from inside. Usually he sends me a picture of the sun coming up from his deck. But today it was from inside. So I'm thinking the temperature's cold out there too.
Well, it's going to be fun.
Well, that's great. Well, I wish you a safe and fun and happy trip. And then enjoying that special date with your gal.
Yeah, we're going to have to find a place to have some Thanksgiving dinner in Colorado Springs or in that area, Manitou Springs. It'll be fun. It'll be
just
fun.
The two of you?
Yeah.
How nice. Where's her daughter staying?
Pardon me?
And her daughter's just
No, she's going to stay in Florida where she's going to college right now.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. Great. Well, good luck to you. I'm sure it'll be fun, and we'll wait to hear the report when you get back.
Yes, sir.
We're going to have a dinner for 20 people.
Yeah.
And which is very unusual. Usually we have ourselves and 4 guests. We usually have our friends Brian and Rick and Elisa, because otherwise the 3 of them would all be alone. And then my dear friend Kathy Smith, she'd be by herself. So I go and pick her up, and she'll come over, and I might surprise her this year, although I know she's listening. So being that she's the most experienced person there.
Nice way of putting it, huh?
Nice way of putting it. 86 years of experience.
Yes. A lot of experience.
She'll be 87 very soon. But I think I'll let her experience say the Thanksgiving blessing. So now you got a week to practice, Kathy. But that'll be a nice time. Then we have a lot of Peach's cousins coming, and some from Munster, Indiana, and Tinley Park, and the younger couple, they're in their 30s, in Chicago. But it'll be a fun thing. All righty. Lots of work to do at the house to get ready for that. We got some folks struggling with health issues out there, though, and of course that's always tough around this time of the year. And I certainly hope that they are able to enjoy their Thanksgiving without discomfort. And of course, we start out with our buddy George, who is struggling more than you know. You just wouldn't know it when you hear him, when you see him. But he's still going through notable treatments. And George, we love you, buddy, and think of you. I did have breakfast with him this week at Paul's, and we had a very nice time over there and lots to talk about. And he ate pretty good. I was happy about that.
That's good.
And We both ordered the same meal.
You did?
Yep. Biscuits and gravy with eggs.
Hmm.
And I added some bacon. I need a little extra meat.
Yeah.
But
well, yesterday we had Betty McCown, I guess is how
I
you
know
say it.
Betty.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She was in with the Mayor Dave Captain
I listened
yesterday,
to that show. That
turning
was great.
100 years old on November the 29th, and I asked her what her favorite restaurant in the city of Elgin is.
And she said Paul's, yes.
Paul's?
I heard that.
Yeah.
How about that? That's a great thing. And she's 4 years older than John Paul. 3.5 years.
Yeah.
3.5 years older than John Paul, but they're both right in the same arena.
Making her radio debut.
Yes, that's right. I heard that. First time in her life she's been on the radio.
Almost 100 years, and she's making a radio debut. How about that?
Well, and 100 years ago, she wouldn't even have been listening to it. It was really the 30s that radio started making its way into homes.
Yeah.
And depending on when she would have heard her first radio broadcast, it's interesting. Asked my dad certain things, and he remembers when Pearl Harbor was attacked.
Yeah.
And he was a kid, but he was in 41, he would have been 17 or so years old, or 16, and he was reading the funny papers on the floor, in his parents' house.
Mhm.
They had the radio on because this was pre-television. The radio was on, and he said his dad was reading the paper and his mom was working on a rug, hooking a rug. Sitting there, perfect, serene, all-American family, enjoying the morning, and then an announcement came on the radio, and they all just were silent, looking at each other.
Yeah. Can imagine.
Yep. And that's just like what we're talking about, how the impact of significant days and dates, we remember those.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember also when the Challenger blew up, and I worked at a company in Downers Grove. And again, it was, we had a TV set there, but it was rarely ever on. I don't remember it ever being on except watching that.
Really?
And I worked there for 9 years, and maybe 11 years. I worked there 11 years. And that's the only time I remember that TV being on. Because, it was just to have it, I guess. But all righty. Well, George, we're thinking of you, and I hope you do have a good Thanksgiving. We'll talk before then. And we also want to say hi to Arnie. Arnie, I know it's tough having your brother struggling so much and being on hospice. Cindy, way out west, I hope her new critters and dogs and everybody gives her good company for Thanksgiving. Jerry Barnhart, she's home. I saw her the other day. She was able to come out and had their traditional Tuesday night beef villa chicken.
Yeah.
And so Jerry and Ken were over there at Beef Villa. And so glad that Lynn is home. Lynn Fick is home for her family to be home at Thanksgiving. And anyone else. So wishing you all a happy Thanksgiving, and certainly all the police officers out there, all the veterans out there, all the firemen. Some of the firemen and police, they have to be on shift when their family's having their dinner.
That's right.
But they're out there keeping us safe and doing whatever they can. There goes their leader. And the chief just left after, I think she was making a recording, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was. We got a new show that we're working on it's going to debut in January. And we look forward to unveiling that show next month and telling you all about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to hearing it.
You're going to like it. It's going to be very interesting.
Cool. All right. Well, we move on from the get wells, and we just want to make a few announcements. One of them is you were talking about with Jake's, Christmas time, and everybody's going to have a lot of decorations. I'm starting to see some, and I'll be working on mine. But I lay out so many green extension cords from tree to tree to tree.
Yeah.
But I also don't blow or rake all my leaves. I just drive over them with the mower and mulch them. And I've got, a couple trees and that they still have some leaves on them.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to have those wires down when I got to run the mower over, but I want to have the trees wrapped. So I'm going to be working on the trees this coming week. But the last thing I'll do is to connect the cords. So unfortunately, that means that I might have, I think what I'll do is I'll connect them and then I'll unplug one and just pull it back to the previous tree. And it won't be that much to just pull it back.
Right.
Because it's a lot of connectors also.
Yeah.
I believe there's 36 trees wrapped.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's how many. So that's a lot of lights. Each one generally has 2 strings of lights of 100 each. So that's 7,200 lights.
You have 36 trees?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
You bet.
Wow.
There's actually more than that in the back. And one year I did have more in the back lit up too. No one sees that but us. But it was a neat sight. Not until it was a neat sight till the ComEd bill came.
Yeah.
It was bad enough last year.
They're loving you long time in the holiday
I'm worried
season.
this year.
Yeah.
Last year, our highest for the bill came in January for December's usage, $989. Didn't quite hit 1,000.
Really?
That's a pretty big electric bill.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy.
Well, we like to give people stop out front constantly. I've seen people get out and take pictures. It's nice to know that I'm making a difference and making it, bringing some enjoyment. You know, to me, that's the more you give, the more you get. A great quote from Bing Crosby. Well, don't forget about the tree lighting program. I wish I could watch the tree coming into town, but I'm going to be hitting the road right after Music Memories today for Indianapolis for a gala, for an auction.
Yeah?
And I'll be on the road, losing an hour, getting down there just in time, doing the gala, and got my tux and shoes ready, and I'm just going to hit the road immediately after this show.
Meanwhile, the tree's rolling into town at about 11:15 this morning, they hope.
Yes.
If all the plans go
Rolling
correctly.
in is right.
33-foot tree.
I'm anxious to see it. I'll certainly be at the tree lighting ceremony November 30th at 5 o'clock. And I was actually able to help the mayor throw the switch a couple different years in Festival Park. But it'll be neat this year in the newly renovated DuPage Court.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. It brings more life to the downtown Elgin.
To the heart of downtown Elgin.
Yes. Can't wait for that apartment building to be done. That'll really, really add to it when that's done. And imagine the view those people will have. You know, the people that live in that building.
Of DuPage Court?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. I wonder how much construction that still needs before it gets going.
Well, it had a notable delay.
Yeah.
And so I think it needs quite a bit. But of course we can't see what's going on inside. I haven't looked into it. But lots happening in Elgin. Of course, the cobblestone, that's a cool thing. They're almost completely booked with time slots for you to have your picture taken with Santa. And that includes bringing your pets. So that's kind of a neat thing nowadays. Bring your pet and have you and your pet, or in some cases, some people just have their pets pose with Santa.
Yeah.
And that's their Christmas card. And although Christmas cards are also getting less and less, the price of stamps keeps going up.
Yeah.
The price of cards keeps going up. And pretty soon, you know, you send one card. They used to be able to send 5. I mean, where does it stop? And I can remember when people would say, please understand that moving on, this will be our last physical Christmas card sent, but we will think of you in a cherished way and every year at Christmas. And that was their means of saying, this is my last card.
Right.
Well, we want to also make sure that you know that speaking of Christmas time and giving, I'll be ringing the bell at Salvation Army Bucket out there at Jewel with the Rotary. And the Rotary has a big shift there. I don't know the exact date yet that I've got it. I know I'm going to be on, I think, 10 to noon one day. And that's always a nice thing. Amazing how many people that some people look like they're struggling themselves, but they put a little money in there.
Yes, sir.
Don't forget about the Elgin Public Museum and the Elgin History Museum. You might have guests coming in for Thanksgiving or for Christmas. What a wonderful place to visit. You don't need to have guests to do it either.
No.
So stop by and visit them again. And somebody talked to me the other day, and they said, I haven't been to that Lord's Park Museum since I was a kid. And I said, well, go see it. It's better than ever.
To be continued, Steve, in the next hour.
Okay, let's finish up here. Thanks, Marky B. We got more to come with music memories and a farewell message.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan. Brought to you by Verizon. Only a couple spots remain for Pictures with Santa at the Nancy Kimball Cobblestone House happening this weekend. You can reserve a 15-minute photo session for just $30 to get your picture taken with Santa at the oldest cobblestone building in Elgin. Details are on the City of Elgin social media. You may notice some road closures around the area of DuPage Court today. That's because the City of Elgin is putting up its 33-foot blue spruce Christmas tree. Residents and visitors can witness the tree setup today until 3 o'clock. Meanwhile, the tree lighting ceremony is set for November 30th. The Regional Office of Education is seeing a transition as Mr. John Jonak will assume the role of the Assistant Regional Superintendent starting July 1st of next year. He'll succeed Dr. Deanna Oliver, who's retiring after a decade of dedicated service. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan.
The 90s called. They said the Gordita Supreme is so back in the new $7 Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell. It's all looking fresh to death with the pillowy 90s Gordita Supreme alongside the beefy 5-layer burrito, double stacked taco, chips with nacho cheese sauce, and medium drink. All for just $7. It's your wallet's favorite cheesy crunchy combo here for a limited time. Grab yours and relive the decades only at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for price and participation, which varies. Drinks and foods freezes. Tax extra.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's the land of the free and the home of student drivers ready to back into your new fence at any given time. It's firing up a round of burgers and dogs on your rusty grill with a faulty gas line that engulfs your tool shed in flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
This is McGruff the Crime Dog, and I need you to help me take a bite out of crime. Counterfeit products are popping up everywhere. Fake sneakers, fake cosmetics, and even fake pills. Crooks are selling counterfeit versions of just about everything. Last year, billions of dollars worth of counterfeit products were sold in the U.S. Sure, it may seem like saving a few bucks on the things you want isn't a big deal, but counterfeits are usually made in unsafe conditions, potentially using hazardous and even lethal ingredients that could harm you and others. And the money you've paid, it goes right into the hands of criminals and may support child labor, drugs, and even gangs. Smells like big crime to me. So if you still think buying fake products is harmless, think again. And remember, if you don't know where the products came from, how could you know where the money goes? You're smart, buy smart. Go for real. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org. This message is brought to you by the United States Patent and Trademark Office and the National Crime Prevention Council.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. Big win for the Blackhawks last night at United Center. They beat the defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers 3-1. Nick Foligno had a goal and an assist. Peter Mrazek with 32 stops in net. Chicago able to snap a 3-game slide. Craig Smith also scored. Mrazek back in the lineup after he missed Tuesday's 3-2 loss to Florida because of a personal matter. Next up, the Blackhawks visit Philadelphia Saturday. The Bulls host the Hawks tonight. NBA Cup group play. The Bulls are 6-10, 1-5 at home. The Hawks 3-5 on the road, 7-9 overall. Nikola Vukovic averaging just over 20 points a game and just under 10 rebounds a game this season for the Bulls. The Bears host the Vikings this Sunday at Soldier Field. Running back DeAndre Swift listed as a limited participant as he deals with a groin injury. He sat out Wednesday's practice. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
The 90s called. They said the Gordita Supreme is so back in the new $7 Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell. It's all looking fresh to death with the pillowy 90s Gordita Supreme alongside the beefy 5-layer burrito, double stacked taco, chips with nacho cheese sauce, and medium drink. All for just $7. It's your wallet's favorite cheesy crunchy combo here for a limited time. Grab yours and relive the decades only at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only. While supplies last. Contact store for price and participation, which varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Shop Dell Technologies Black Friday event for their lowest prices of the year. The future is on sale today with limited time deals on select PCs like the XPS 16 that accelerate AI with Intel Core Ultra processors. Black Friday is their biggest sale of the year and the best time to upgrade, but it's only here for a limited time. Shop now at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
One of the things we're proud of at WRMN is our connection to the local community. In fact, recently we hosted a fundraiser for a longtime listener, Gene Wheeler, and first shift listener George Rollinson says it turned out perfectly.
Perfection is a moving target. You try to hit that bullseye and you zone in on it. It moves a little to the left and it moves a little to the right. I don't know. I'd say we hit a bullseye. I don't know how that could have been any better.
Working together to make Elgin better. We are WRMN AM 1410, serving the local community since 1949.
Come on out to the Country Donuts, that is, at Route 20 and Nestler Road. They're always open. Donuts are made daily using only the finest ingredients to ensure freshness. Their huge variety of donuts offers something to please everyone. Country Donuts doesn't stop at offering you the best donuts. Enjoy a delicious breakfast sandwich or stop in for lunch and try a bowl of their famous chili. Need a larger or special donut order for your office? Call 847-488-1900.
Adrenaline Monkey is located inside the Life Zone 360 building on Route 72 in West Dundee. Release your inner wild child at Adrenaline Monkey. It's the area's highest octane indoor adventure center. Perfect for the whole family too. Adventurers of all ages can try Ninja Warrior obstacles, rock climbing, vertical adventures, and aerial course. Adrenaline Monkey can also host your organization's team building programs. Half day and full day sessions are available. Visit adrenalinemonkeyfun.com/WD.
What's the best way to get rid of a timeshare that you don't want? Call the Timeshare Exit Hotline. We're a group of attorneys that help customers legally exit their timeshares. It's an easy process. We guarantee results or you pay nothing. Exit your timeshare today. Call now.
800-890-5957. 800-890-5957. That's 800-890-5957.
The Distance Social, your spot for great craft cocktails with meaningful conversation. Whether you're out entertaining a group or out for a memorable nightcap, the Distance Social is your spot for starting or ending the perfect evening. Located at 314 North River Street in beautiful East Dundee, Illinois. Go the distance and find your social at the Distance Social.
Twin Gyros, located at 4870 North Harlem Avenue in Harwood Heights, serves traditional gyros as well as its award-winning chicken gyros on a pita. Twin Gyros has a diverse menu that includes barbecue ribs, chicken dinners, Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, cheeseburgers, and Vienna beef hot dogs that have recently been inducted into the Vienna Beef Hot Dog Hall of Fame. Check out the full menu at twinsgyros.com. That's Twin Gyros at 4870 North Harlem Avenue in Harwood Heights, Illinois.
It is 10:08, Friday here on WRMN. As we continue into the final hour of the extended first shift today, which features Steve Thoren in part 2 of his program, we bring it back with some memories, music memories. We're going to play some tunes this hour. And welcome back to the airwaves, Steve Thoren. Happy Friday.
Hey, Marky B, happy Friday. I got carried away talking about all sorts of fun stuff on the Community Spotlight show. So I just want to finish with a few things. I want to remind everybody, support the Elgin American Legion. They've got wonderful lunches now, more dinners, new cooks over there, great prices for all the food. And also you want to check out the Turners and the Eagles and RK's and Paul's and Public House, all for great fish fries. And Anderson Humane, what a wonderful place in our area here for pets and a lot of animals that need adopting, or in some seniors' case, maybe fostering. I have a friend that fosters cats on a regular basis and brings in litters and raises them until they're old enough to be back out for adoption. And they have them a regular, it's just a great thing. When I go visit them, I always get my little kitten fix. Pet food needs, the township needs pet food, and so does the senior distribution. It doesn't go out of the senior center anymore. Now their distribution center's up there on Airport Road around the bend from behind the, like where you turn in by the Holiday Inn and you go around that curve. And boy, they really need it. And they have a lot of seniors that were getting pet food, and now they're not getting any donations. So I'm going to do a drive soon, and we'll see if we can't get some help. Don't forget that I will always proudly stand for the American flag, for the flag will stand for me. Thank that policeman and a fireman and a veteran every day. And I hope you have a great weekend. And now let's do some great music memories, Marky B.
Okay.
Marky B, we talk about music in 4 different decades for this particular program. WRMN celebrating 75 years. They played a lot of music back in the day. So we do the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. We do a different year marked by 10 years in advancement each show. So that means this year, or this show today, is 1951, 61, 71, and 81. So here we have some songs. This is the number 9, 10, 11, and 12 songs on the Billboard chart for the year 1951. We're going to start out with the number 9 song of the entire year of 1951. I'm sure this song is probably in the archives here of the storage on a 78 record. And this is by the late Mario Lanza. He was a tenor and an actor and a singer. He started singing professionally at age 16. Born in Philadelphia, passed away in Rome of an embolism. This was his song in 1951, The Loveliest Night of the Year.
Wonderful touch of your hand, and my heart starts to beat like a child when a birthday is near. So kiss me, my sweet, it's the loveliest night of the year.
Mario Lanza. I have a feeling Dean and his family remember a lot of Mario Lanza songs.
Maybe so.
All right, we're going to move on to the next song. This is number 10 for the year 1951. a little different sound, and this was by a lady whose name is very familiar to many of you, Patti Page, born in 1927, lived all the way to 2013. She was born Clara Ann Fowler, but her stage name was Patti Page. Primarily sang pop and country, she sold over 100 million records in 6 decades. This was her song from 1951, Tennessee Waltz.
I was dancing with my darling to the Tennessee Waltz when an old friend I happened to see. I introduced her to my loved one, and while they were dancing, my friend stole my sweetheart from me. I remember the night and the Tennessee Waltz. Now I know just how much I have lost. Yes, I lost my little darling the night they were playing the beautiful Tennessee Waltz. Dancing with my darling to the Tennessee Waltz when an old friend I happened to see. I introduced her to my love.
There we have it, Patti Page. 100 million records. Amazing, huh, Mark?
Mm-hmm. That was a lovely song.
Oh, yes. Well, let's move on to the next one. Here's a sound that many of you will remember this singer, Frankie Lane. He was born Norman Luboff, he also sang this song with Norman Luboff and Mitch Miller. He was born in Chicago in 1913. He lived all the way to 2007. His career spanned 75 years. His first concert was in 1930. A Marathon Dance Company, and his final performance, 2005, called That's My Desire. Frankie Lane, known for a lot of his TV song themes, Rawhide, Mule Train, and one of my favorite Westerns, which should be on Marky B's list, High Noon with Gary Cooper.
Okay. I was just at the library yesterday. I could have snagged it.
You could have snagged it.
Yeah.
Also, the original Gunfight at the OK Corral, which, of course, that was the remake, was just called Tombstone. And I actually went to Tombstone and saw that bar. I went into that bar where it was filmed.
Yeah.
Here we have it. Frankie Lane with Jezebel.
If ever the devil was born without a pair of horns, it was you, Jezebel, it was you. If ever an angel fell, Jezebel, it was you, Jezebel, it was you. If ever a pair of eyes promised paradise, Jezebel, it was you. If ever the devil's plan was made to torment man, it was you. Jezebel, it was you. 'Twould be better had I never known a lover such as you, forsaking dreams and all for the siren.
There we have it. Frankie Lane, Jezebel. He had that cowboy sound to him. Well, we're going to finish 1951 with another singer that many people, that my older audience will remember, Tony Martin. Tony Martin, this song, he's joined with Henry Renee. And this song is called I Get Ideas. He had dozens of hits in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, but 7 decades. Born in 1913, he left us in 2012. He was born Alvin Morris, but his stage name, Tony Martin. Here's Tony Martin with his 1951 hit, I Get Ideas.
When we are dancing and you're dangerously near me, I get ideas, I get ideas. I want to hold you so much closer than I dare to. I want to scold you 'cause I care more than I care to. And when you touch me and there's fire in every finger, I get ideas, I get ideas. And after we have kissed goodnight and still you linger, I kind of think you get ideas too. Your eyes are always saying the things you're never saying. I only hope they're saying that you could love me too, for that's the whole idea, it's true. The lovely idea that I've fallen in love with you.
And there we have it, Tony Martin. I bet you don't remember him, Mark.
Not at all, Mr. Steve.
Well, he had a lot of neat hits, and actually, I remember he was in a Marx Brothers movie and did some singing in that. We're going to jump ahead 10 years, 1961. This was the number 9 song for the entire year of 1961. A singer named Dee Clark, D spelled D as in David, E-E. Dee Clark, born in 1938, left us in 1990. Only 52 years old, died of a heart attack. An American soul singer, had R&B hits in the 50s and 60s, and here's his 1961 hit, Raindrops. Sounds like a lot of raindrops.
It does. Raining pretty hard.
Oh, raindrops, so many raindrops. It feels like raindrops falling from my eyes, falling from my eyes. Since my love has left me, I'm so all alone. I would bring her back to me, but I don't know where she's gone. I don't know where she's gone. There must be a cloud in my head. Rain keeps falling from my eyes. Oh no, it can't be teardrops, for a man ain't supposed to cry. So it must be raindrops, so many raindrops.
It feels like raindrops falling from my eyes, falling from my eyes.
Raindrops. My goodness, that sound does sound like the late 50s, early 60s sound.
Mm-hmm.
There we have it. Raindrops by D. Clark. Next, we have the number 10 song of 1961, Wooden Heart. Wooden Heart by Joe Dowell, born in 1940. He left us in 2016. How interesting. He was born in Bloomington, Indiana, and he died in Bloomington, Illinois.
Really?
What a strange coincidence. Here we have his 1961 hit, Wooden Heart.
Can't you see I love you? Please don't break my heart in two. That's not hard to do, 'cause I don't have a wooden heart. And if you say goodbye, then I know that I would cry. Maybe I would die, 'cause I don't have a wooden heart. There's no strings upon this love of mine. It was always you from the start. Treat me nice, treat me good, treat me like you really should. 'Cause I'm not made of wood, and I don't have a wooden heart. There's no strings upon this love of mine. It was all
Joe Dowell with Wooden Heart. Definitely sounds like music of that era.
Yeah. Well, Joe had a flat top going.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
We're not seeing the pictures out here on this screen.
Yeah, I know. We have to set that back the other way so you can see them too.
Okay. Well, next we're going to move on to the next song. Lawrence Welk. I know you remember him, Mark.
Kinda.
Kinda. He was born in 1903, lived in 1992, noted as the most well-known band leader in history of music. He started out nationwide. He's actually had a show in 1951 through 1982, but his first big broadcast, 1955 and 6, his first TV show at that time was called Dodge Dancing Party. He was known for what they called champagne music. Of course, he'd have different musicians on there, and he had such a unique sound. He talked like this, and a one, and a two, and he would always have the Lennon sisters. And, of course, on accordion, the late the Myron the Thoren, and with the bubble machine. Turn on the bubble machine, Myron. And now here we have it. We have a Calcutta, the song from 1961 by Lawrence Welk. Hit it, to Mark. there we have it. The first portion of the show fading away with the Lawrence of Welk. We'll be back with more music and memories after this news break. Stick with us, everybody.
Music Memories on a Friday with Stevie T continues in a few. 45 degrees and overcast skies right now here in downtown Elgin. Matt's got Out to Lunch coming up in about half an hour. Keep it here.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan. Brought to you by Verizon. The Naperville Police Department taking to social media today to congratulate the latest graduating class of the Citizens Police Academy. Over the past 10 weeks, participants engaged deeply with the Naperville Police Department, getting insights into the intricate operations of the department and learning more about public safety. King County residents looking to enhance their home's energy efficiency have a range of rebate and incentive options at their fingertips. Sarah Henshaw, the county's sustainability manager, emphasizing that these initiatives are designed to ease financial burdens of green upgrades. Programs like ComEd's discounts, NICOR's free home energy assessments, and the federal home energy tax credits are now available. A delightful mix of glamour and generosity at the Highland Loft event venue in Elgin on Sunday as the Chocolate Drop Drag Benefit Brunch will take place from 11 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. The event costs $60 per ticket and it supports essential services provided by Open Door Health Center of Illinois. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan.
The 90s called. They said the Gordita Supreme is so back in the new $7 Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell. It's all looking fresh to death with the pillowy 90s Gordita Supreme alongside the beefy 5-layer burrito, double stacked taco, chips with nacho cheese sauce, and medium drink. All for just $7. It's your wallet's favorite cheesy crunchy combo here for a limited time. Grab yours and relive the decades only at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only. While supplies last. Contact store for price and participation, which varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's the land of the free and the home of student drivers ready to back into your new fence at any given time. It's firing up a round of burgers and dogs on your rusty grill with a faulty gas line that engulfs your tool shed in flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Bears host the Vikings this Sunday at Soldier Field. Running back DeAndre Swift listed as a limited participant as he deals with a groin injury. He sat out Wednesday's practice. Big win for the Blackhawks last night at United Center. They beat the defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers 3-1. Nick Foligno had a goal and an assist. Peter Mrazek with 32 stops in net. Chicago able to snap a 3-game slide. Craig Smith also scored. Mrazek back in the lineup after he missed Tuesday's 3-2 loss to Florida because of a personal matter. Next up, the Blackhawks visit Philadelphia Saturday. The Bulls host the Hawks tonight. NBA Cup group play. The Bulls are 6-10, 1-5 at home. The Hawks 3-5 on the road, 7-9 overall. Nikola Vukovic averaging just over 20 points a game and just under 10 rebounds a game this season for the Bulls. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
The 90s called. They said the Gordita Supreme is so back in the new $7 Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell. It's all looking fresh to death with the pillowy 90s Gordita Supreme alongside the beefy 5-layer burrito, double stacked taco, chips with nacho cheese sauce, and medium drink. All for just $7. It's your wallet's favorite cheesy crunchy combo here for a limited time. Grab yours and relive the decades only at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only. While supplies last. Contact store for price and participation, which varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Shop Dell Technologies Black Friday event for their lowest prices of the year. The future is on sale today with limited time deals on select PCs like the XPS 16 that accelerate AI with Intel Core Ultra processors. Black Friday is their biggest sale of the year and the best time to upgrade, but it's only here for a limited time. Shop now at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Today, cloudy with a high near 44, temperatures falling in the afternoon. Windy with gusts up to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, cloudy with a low around 34. Overnight, mostly cloudy with a low around 33. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a high near 44. Currently, it is 43 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver with your weather flash.
This holiday season, Straight Talk Wireless is letting you say yes a lot more with real unlimited data. Yes to sharing pics of the ugliest holiday sweaters. Yes to checking weather on the go for surprise sledding trips. And with a free phone at sign up, let the yes-tivities begin.
No way!
Yes way. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart or straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 1/5/25 while supplies last at participating stores. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store activation on select single-line plans. Limit of 2 phones per customer. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
.35 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. And we are here for part 2 of Music Memories as we welcome back to the show our friend Steve Thoren on a Friday. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Marky B. Here we are with one song left to conclude the 1961 era. Let's take care of that right away. And that was the number 12 song for the entire year of 1961. This was called Take Good Care of My Baby by Bobby V, who was born Robert Thomas the Line. Born in 1943, he lived till 2016. He had 6 gold singles, but he had 38 top 100 songs. Here's Take Good Care of My Baby by Bobby V.
My tears are falling 'cause you've taken her away. And though it really hurts me so, there's something that I've got to say. Take good care of my baby. Please don't ever make her blue. Just tell her that you love her. Make sure you're thinking of her in everything you say and do. Take good care of my baby. Now don't you ever make her cry. Just let your love surround her. Ain't a rainbow all around her. Don't let her see a cloudy sky. Once upon a time, that little girl was mine. If I'd been true, I know she'd never be with you. So take good care of my baby. Be just as kind as you can be. And if you should discover that you don't really love her, just send my baby back home to me. Well, take good care of my baby. Be just as kind as you can be.
Take Good Care of My Baby. You remember that one, Mark?
I do not.
You don't?
No.
Yeah, boy, I remember that one. Yep, that was a popular one, and he had a lot of hits. All right, we're going to move on from 1960s to 1970s, but it's the early 70s. Once again, we're with the ones. 1971. We've heard many throughout our program here on Music Memories, many songs by this group, The Temptations. And this is 1971, the number 9 song of the entire year. But here's something I don't remember learning before or mentioning. The Temptations were founded and formed in 1960 in Detroit, but the original name of their group was the Elgins.
I had heard that before, yeah.
Yes, the Elgins.
Yeah.
Well, from 1960 till current, they are still together, still performing. 3 of the 5 original members still doing it. Here's their 1971 hit, Just My Imagination.
was such a lucky guy. To have a girl like her is truly a dream come true. Out of all the fellas in the world, she belongs to you. But it was just my imagination running away with me. It was just my imagination running away with me. Soon we'll be married and raise a family. Oh yeah. A cozy little home out in the country with 2 children, maybe 3. I tell you, this couldn't be a dream.
The Temptations, once known as the Elgins.
When they used to live in Elgin.
I don't think so. We're going to move on to the next song. This is by Tony Orlando and Dawn. 7 decades he's been performing. Born in 1944, and he's still performing. In 1993, he opened his own theater in Branson, Missouri. He was born Michael Anthony Orlando. This is his 1971 hit, Knock 3 Times.
Hey girl, what you doing down there? Dancing alone every night while I live right above you. I can hear your music playing. I can feel your body swaying. 1 floor below me, you don't even know me. I love you. Oh my darling, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. Twice on the pipe if the answer is no. Oh my sweetness means you'll meet me in the hallway. Whoa, twice on the pipe means you ain't gonna show. If you look out your window tonight, pulling the string with the note that's attached to my heart. Read how many times I saw you, how in my silence I adored you, and only in my dreams did that wall between us come apart. Oh my darling, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. Twice on the pipe if the answer is no. Oh my sweetness means you'll meet me in the hallway. Whoa, twice on the pipe means you ain't gonna show.
Knock 3 times, Tony Orlando and Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, he's still going strong. All right, our next one, this is the number 11 song from the year 1971. Probably her most notable song. This is Janis Joplin. She was born in 1943, left us at an early age, though, 1970. She's known for her powerful mezzo-soprano voice. She sang blues, rock, soul, gospel, country. She was inducted into the Hall of Fame posthumously in 1995. Here's her big hit from 1971, Me and Bobby McGee.
Busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train, and I was feeling near as faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed a diesel down just before it rained and rode us all the way to New Orleans. I pulled my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana. I was playing soft while Bobby sang the blues. Windshield wipers slapping time, I was holding Bobby's hand in mine. We sang every song that Javi knew. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing, I mean nothing, honey, if it ain't free. Yeah, feeling good was easy, love, when he sang the blues. You know, feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and my Bobby, yeah. From the Kentucky coal mine to the California sun, hey, Bobby shared the secrets of my soul. Through all kinds of weather, through everything we've done, yeah, Bobby, baby, kept me from the whole world. One day up near Salinas, long, I let him slip away. He's looking for that home, and I hope he finds it. But I train all of my tomorrows for one single yesterday.
There's Janis Joplin. Amazing. She died in 1970, but that song became a hit in 71.
She never knew it.
Yep. We're going to move on 10 more years. Now we're in 1981, and here we have a singer that everybody knows, Dolly Parton. She sold over 100 million records. Country music career, successful businesswoman, did a number of films, but this was the theme song from her first film. A lot of people didn't know that. This was the first movie she made, and this was her big hit in 1981, 9 to 5.
Tumble out of bed and I stumble to the kitchen, pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretch and try to come to life. Jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping. Out on the streets the traffic starts jumping with folks like me on the job from 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living. Barely getting by, it's all taking and no giving. They just use your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. 9 to 5 for service and devotion. You would think that I would deserve a fair promotion. Want to move ahead, but the boss won't seem to let me. I swear sometimes that man is out to get me. They let you dream just to watch him shatter. You're just a step on the boss man's ladder, but you got dreams he'll never take away. In the same boat with a lot of your friends, waiting for the day your ship will come in and the tide's gonna turn and it's all gonna roll your way. Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living. Barely getting by, it's all taking and
There we have it, Dolly Parton. Let me guess, have you seen that movie?
I have.
All right.
I've seen that movie many times.
See?
Many times.
All right, that's a good one. It's a fun one.
It's when we first got cable, and it came on over and over again, I think, on.
Atta boy.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move to the number 10 song of the year 1981, Keep On Lovin' You by REO Speedwagon. They were from Champaign, formed in 1967, and in 1972 they played at the Blue Moon Ballroom for Larkin High School prom. Here we have their big hit, 1981, Keep On Lovin' You.
By the look in my eyes, baby, there was something missing. You should have known by the tone of my voice, maybe, but you didn't listen. You played dead, but you never played. Instead you lay still in the grass, or coiled up in innocence.
on Lovin' You. REO Speedwagon, they had a lot of other hits, and of course they're still together, Mark, going strong. Not long ago, they played down at River's Edge Park in Aurora.
I believe they're in Rockford tonight, as a matter of fact.
How about that?
Yeah, I believe so.
Well, too bad you're leaving town.
I know.
Well, we missed one from 1971. I don't know how I did that. I got the check marks here. Al Green. Al Green was number 12 of 1971, called Tired of Being Alone. Albert Lorne Green. Interesting, his middle name and last name, Lorne Green.
Really?
Like the actor from Bonanza.
Yeah.
Al was vocals, guitar, gospel, singer, and he turned into a pastor. He's still going strong. At age 78, he had a lot of hits, but this was his hit from 1971, Tired of Being Alone.
I'm so tired of being alone. I'm so tired of on my own. Won't you help me, girl, just as soon as you can? People say that I found a way to make you say that you love me. Hey, baby, you didn't go for that. It's a natural fact that I wanna come back. Show me where it's at, baby. I'm so tired of being alone. I'm so tired of on my own. Won't you help me, girl, soon as you can? I guess you know that I love you so, even though you don't want me no more. Hey, hey, hey. And I'm crying tears all through the years. I tell you like it is, honey, please love me if you will.
Al Green, he had that high voice.
Yeah, try to hit that one.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I don't think so. Nothing could make me hit that one.
No.
We're back to 1981 with the number 11 song of 1981. This was a theme song. It's kind of interesting. We had two theme songs in this grouping in 1981, 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton. And this one is the theme song from The Greatest American Hero, believe it or not, by the songwriter Joey Scarborough, born in 1955 and still with us. Here's the theme from The American Greatest Hero.
Look at what's happened to me. I can't believe it myself. Suddenly I'm up on top of the world. It should have been somebody else. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. Just like the light of a new day, it hit me from out of the blue, breaking me out of the spell I was in, making all of my wishes come true. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. This is too good to be true. Look at me, falling for you.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air.
Never thought I could be so free.
How about that? Kind of sounds like the feeling I get with the successful nights I get when I'm working with my dear friend and mentor and founder of Raising Paddles, Dan Campbell, who's going to be waiting for me over at the house for our drive down to Indy, and with none other than our favorite recorder in the world and co-worker and, most importantly, dear friend, Julia. So I'm saying hi to both of them. They're listening right now, and I think that probably they'll become regulars on WRMN and the listener list after hearing this program.
They should.
Oh, you bet. You bet. Hi, Dan and Julia. I'll see you in about 6 minutes. Well, we got one last song today, and this would be the number 12 song of the year 1981. Kind of interesting with its tie-in to the number 9 song of Dolly Parton. This one is Sheena Easton. Sheena Easton is known as a pop singer. She's from Scottish descent, and she was also well known on the TV show The Big Time, and also on a James Bond movie, the theme song For Your Eyes Only. And so For Your Eyes Only, Sheena Easton. But here's her song, Morning Train. Morning Train by Sheena Easton. Before you play it, Mark, I just want to remind everyone, I'm wishing you all a very happy Thanksgiving. Be safe. If you're traveling, be safe, and safe to all your family members and everyone. And even if you're alone on Thanksgiving, just cherish your memories. You're loved, and you have love, and you remember that, and it's a wonderful time of the year. Here is Sheena Easton, our last song. I'll see you all next week with the Community Spotlight.
For a place to try for breakfast or lunch? You'll find a gem of a restaurant with amazing food and great prices at the Tripleberry Cafe, 435 Angela Lane in Crystal Lake. For breakfast, try Tripleberry's strawberry cheesecake French toast, ribeye steak and eggs, or carnitas skillets. At lunch, there's the AM Burger or Chipotle Chicken BLT. There's delicious homemade cream of mushroom soup. For tasty home cooking, Tripleberry Cafe is the place to be. Visit tripleberrycafe.com.
Want to read some action-packed, exciting pulp fiction? Read the works of Michael Tooman, now featuring the international crime thriller, I Married a Bot Madam. Available on Amazon in hardcover, paperback, and Kindle editions. The paperback is also available at other book retailers. Check out Michael Tooman's webpage at Scilink.net. That's Papa, Sierra, Yankee, Lima, India, November, Kilo. November, Echo, Tango.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410. Elgin time, 11 o'clock.
With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Credan. Brought to you by Verizon. Only a couple spots remain for Pictures with Santa at the Nancy Kimball Cobblestone House happening this weekend. You can reserve a 15-minute photo session for just $30 to get your picture taken with Santa at the oldest cobblestone building in Elgin. Details are on the City of Elgin's social media. You may notice some road closures around the area of DuPage Court today. That's because the City of Elgin is putting up its 33-foot blue spruce Christmas tree. Residents and visitors can witness the tree setup today until 3 o'clock. Meanwhile, the tree lighting ceremony is set for November 30th. The Regional Office of Education is seeing a transition as Mr. John Jonak will assume the role of the Assistant Regional Superintendent starting July 1st of next year. He'll succeed Dr. Deanna Oliver, who's retiring after a decade of dedicated service. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan.
The 90s called. They said the Gordita Supreme is so back in the new $7 Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell. It's all looking fresh to death with the pillowy 90s Gordita Supreme alongside the beefy 5-layer burrito, double stacked taco, chips with nacho cheese sauce, and medium drink. All for just $7. It's your wallet's favorite cheesy crunchy combo here for a limited time. Grab yours and relive the decades only at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only. While supplies last. Contact store for price and participation, which varies. Drinks and foods freezes. Tax extra.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's the land of the free and the home of student drivers ready to back into your new fence at any given time. It's firing up a round of burgers and dogs on your rusty grill with a faulty gas line that engulfs your tool shed in flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.